magnificent structure. Okay, look at this iconic view here. That's the Shard. HMS Belfast, a museum now. And that's the City of London over there. And there is the Tower of London. City cruises, and that's the Uber boat there. So you got reasonable, well, they actually kind of one way of seeing London, go on a Uber boat.
Yeah, there was nobody else. That's good.
Another boat, the Thames Clipper. There's a good line off here. I don't know if you can see through these vast numbers of people. There's a line up to go into the Tower Bridge. Now it's supposed to be off season here, but I think there's vast numbers of tourists. But you can always tell the difference between the tourists and the locals, mainly workers. The workers don't look too happy. Whereas the tourists generally, well, they don't look unhappy. Okay, so that's an impressive skyline there again. Tower of London. There's the queue. Starts there, and there's the famous castle itself, largely made of, but of course the White Tower, the part in the middle, that was built by William the Conqueror, about just shortly after he invaded, to make sure he had a place where he could defend himself. Alright, so continue wandering around. Okay, what's going on up there? Important personages. Must be, yeah. Alright. Muy interesante. Going to be long videos. I'm here for two full days, so I'll be walking pretty well everywhere. Here's a memorial to the Commonwealth War Graves, First World War, Tower Hill Memorial. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but this bears the names of all the merchant seamen that were lost in the First World War. Well, there must be thousands of them. Right there. Okay, so sorry about the camera work. Impressive buildings all over. All built basically when the British Empire was still in existence. This is some kind of a viewpoint here. Hordes and hordes of tourists everywhere, and it's only the 3rd of March. There's the Tower of London again. It's in silhouette because I'm facing the sun. There's a piece of the Roman wall. I'm going to have a little look at it now. Okay, so I don't know if you're supposed to, can't see too many people walking on the grass, so I hope there's not a superintendent around here. There's There's a good surviving piece of the old London Wall, which Londinian built shortly, oh well, I think in this, maybe 100, no, yeah, shortly after the Romans invaded, Julius Caesar. No, not him, it was another emperor later on, AD 44. Yeah, he ruled over this island at one time. That's a Roman emperor. Trajan, Emperor Trajan. Alright, so let's continue exploring. This Grade 1 listed building, headquarters of the Corporation of Trinity House. Originally built in 1796, rebuilt in 1953 after it was destroyed by the Blitz in 1941. Alright. Traffic jams everywhere. But then hidden away in these corners of London are these churches. Oh. And there's construction work going on over there. Yeah, it's traffic chaos, I'm afraid. We're going anywhere fast. Commercial furniture storage and installations. He's going nowhere fast. Okay, there's the old, and here's the new. Up here, oh, look at that. Watch it, don't lose the balance. Alright. Sky Garden, that's the highest public garden in London. Yeah. No, I won't be going around any inside. They take up too much time, and I'm only here for 2 days. But it is free to go into, go up to the top, and yeah, have a good view of London. All right. Muy interesante. Whole market, and look at these old cobblestones still on the street here. Yeah. The famous London double-decker red bus. Okay, I don't know if that's the tallest building in the UK. It says it's got a lookout on the front. Now you can go to the top, I believe, for quite a hefty price. The top of this tallest building in the UK, and but I think you have to book in advance. Welcome. Yeah. Alright, so continue on. Any tourists here? I think I'm in the city of London here, where apparently there's 500,000 workers in here at the moment, working. And they commute into the city of London every day. Okay, so a great man there on a pedestal. The chimes of, what's that, chimes of, I can't remember it. But all's well with the world. I'm away from all the tourists here. Look at that, look how high that is. It's the only way to see London really is by foot. You can travel to all these places by underground and bus. That's, I think, a Royal Exchange, that building there. Yeah, I'm too close to it. Yeah. There's the guy who invented a tunnelling process, made the London Underground tube system possible. All these little kind of what you call them, bollards. They're all fashioned after cannons. They're originally cannons here captured from the French during the Napoleonic Wars, and so they use those now as the bollards for the City of London in celebration of victories. And of course, one of the victories of well, the main architect of the final victory over Napoleon was the Duke of Wellington, the great man. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm in the City of London, where apparently there's 500,000 workers now busily working, and but they're not at work. There's not in the streets like me walking around. That's a luxury that's not available to them. So this building to the left of me, I can't quite see it now, but it's the headquarters of the Bank of England. On my explorations, there's another old church tucked away inside all these complex of buildings. There's old and new. Right. Okay. There's a structure there. I'm not sure what it is. I've got no idea half the thing I'm looking at. That building across there is not the Bank of England, it's the Bank of China. The Bank of China, so I don't know if that refers to the Free China or to the other China. That's not in good stead. Okay, so here's another interesting part of the City of London. The Guildhall. Now, I'm having trouble locating these places because I was depending on my Google map to put me in the right direction, but there's no signal because of all these tall buildings. What's that? Roman Amphitheatre, the Guildhall Art Gallery. So, nowhere near as many tourists around here, but I find this quite interesting. Luckily, look at that church tower there. There's a little memorial here to the Blitz. And there's the old, the trusty Spitfire. That's a Spitfire, I believe. That one there, and that's a Hurricane right there. Yeah. Heroes of the Battle of Britain. Watch out, there's an unexploded bomb here. Well, that's one of those Anderson shelters there, which the authorities recommend you construct your own air raid shelter. And of course, you had to dig for victory. Yeah. There's the Guildhall Art Gallery. And look, there's the Guildhall itself. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, really impressive structures. And yeah, okay, I don't know the name of that church, but it looks pretty impressive. They're using this area to train the police dogs. Right there, look at that. Yeah, muy interesting. There's a little tour group there in there, but other than that, very few tourists around. Okay, so where next? Where next to go to? This is the Church of the Corporation of London, designed by Wren. I just have one wander too much around because so I'm going to have to just have a quick look inside. Okay, this is your chance. What I like about these churches, you get away from all the noise, the traffic noise, the crowds. No one comes in here except a few odd people like me. Yeah, okay. Designed by Christopher Wren. Yeah. No Westminster happy crowds here. So I'll just a quick whistle stop and then continue onwards. the Lloyd's building. Lloyd's, the famous Lloyd's Insurance of London building. And look at this little oasis here. No one here. No one here, but I imagine there'll be a few people here during the lunch hour break for all the City of London workers. Come here where all the workers are, no tourists. You can get a lunch for quite a lunch and a drink for just £11 in that quite nice looking pub there, if it is a pub. I'm in Aldergate now, which is one of the gates through the old London Wall there. That's how it looked, I think, up until the medieval ages. The wall, the Roman wall, which became a medieval wall, was intact. Hidden away is Postman's Park.
Just be careful of the step down here.
It's Postman's Park with these trees that haven't been chopped down, being preserved, in the middle of this gigantic financial centre. So there's the little hidden spots. Yeah, a breath of kind of fresh air, you might say. Yeah, this is Postman's Park here. A little sanctuary hidden away in the middle of this huge financial centre. A couple of trees that haven't been chopped down, like the equivalent to the tree in Brooklyn. Okay, there's another church. There's some churches dotted about all over. Okay, Postman's Park still. You see these trees here, still surviving. I think there might be a special type of tree, a plane tree. Is it a plane tree that is good at absorbing pollution? Postman's Park, and right opposite me is St Bartholomew's Hospital, a famous hospital. Apparently, back in the good old days, they used to steal bodies from the surgeons, that is, and the trainees. Used to steal bodies from the local churchyard to experiment on. Okay, so which way? I think you can see a little glimpse of St Paul's Cathedral. Now the forecast was correct. The forecast full sunshine, and it's turned out that way. So ideal weather, nice and cool. Ideal weather for visiting London. The main tourist, well, not as a tourist. You go around a corner and look at this. You get another remarkable church. There's churches galore everywhere. Look at that. Okay, that's a nice little jumpers. Okay, St Paul's Cathedral, 360 feet high. I'm at the back end of it. I think the front end is far more impressive, but this is impressive. No queue. I think it's a hefty charge though to go in. Let's just see. Adult, old age pensioners, £23.50. Okay. One of the world's greatest buildings, I think. Kind of modelled to some extent upon, is it St Peter's in Rome, with a huge dome. Of course, the original St Paul's Cathedral was destroyed in the Great Fire of London. Was it 1660 something? which was even taller, had a spire which was even taller than the current cathedral. So much to see in London. Midday chimes of the great cathedral. Welcome to the City of London. Right here, St Paul's Cathedral. I'm just going to go along to the Tourist Information Centre, which is along here somewhere, and then go over to the Millennium Bridge. Now, of course, when you're in amongst all the thousands of people, you can't, I normally like to turn the camera away rather than take pictures. A lot of people don't like having their photos taken, but of course so many tourists around, no one takes any notice. Standing in the middle of the Millennium Bridge, there's St Paul's Cathedral, and back there is the Tower Bridge in the distance, the Shard. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to the middle of this bridge, get a good view of the Thames. Look at that, a Uber boat, and it looks like a sightseeing boat there. Okay, so looking downriver. Yeah, that's the mighty Thames, and that's a railway bridge going across there, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go I'll walk along the side of the Thames, well, to the next city, the city of Westminster. Yeah, and then I'll walk back on the opposite side of the Thames back to from whence I came, back there somewhere. So it's going to be a long walking day. Okay, so look at that. London's got its own beach. You can sunbathe on the sandy beach of looking towards St Paul's Cathedral and the River Thames. Yeah, muy bien. Well, I think they got quite a bit of the Victoria embankment blocked off for construction work back there. So I think it's time for a break, but I think this will be a popular place for people to sit on the, I mean, it's kind of like a spring-like day. Yeah, so it's, everyone will be out enjoying, including the residents if they're not working, that is. So Victoria Embankment is a popular place for joggers to jog along. They might be training for the, there's the London Eye over there. They might be training for the London Marathon, which I think comes up sometime in the spring. Okay, so I can't, oh, there's an empty, yeah, I think I'll take a break right here. Over there, I think there's an area called the Temple, where all the lawyers are headquartered. Okay, this is the Victoria Embankment. Okay, look at all these bikes. I mean, actually, that's a good way of getting around London. You can hire one of these bikes up. I think it's all done by the internet. A lot of these joggers you see on this Victoria embankment, they actually might be workers, kind of getting their exercise during the midday break. There's a red telephone box. Most of them now, I don't think they're, yeah, then, oh, that one still looks like it's in use. A bit of Egyptian antiquity here in London on the side of the Thames. An Egyptian obelisk. Dates from 1500 BC. Transplanted here. I don't quite know what's the name of that Egyptian writing. It's been deciphered. Okay, so the muy interesante. Okay, another little green spot by the side of the Thames, Whitehall Gardens. Those are the law courts. Another impressive building. After a day in, well, not quite a day, in London, I'm already got used to the size of these gigantic buildings. They're so commonplace around here. See, the spring is a little bit earlier down here in London. Some of the, well, they've been planted, I suppose. Marigolds by the look of them. They're out in flower. Alright, there's a quite warm sun. It's actually t-shirt weather, I think, or short sleeve shirt weather. Of course, everyone's got their winter coats on and feeling probably a little bit warm. A sign of the spring is earlier here in London. Blackthorn is out in blossom. It's about kind of like a month early compared with North Wales. London Eye. And I'm going to cross over on that bridge to the other side, then walk back, but I'm in need of a more extensive break. I have been going for about over 4 hours with just that short 10-minute break. Can I hear the chimes of Big Ben? Yeah. Alright, now I'm tempted. I wonder what a price half a half pint of beer is on that Tattershall Castle. I'm in the innards of the HMS Tattershall, was it? The bar is hidden away down below deck. I'm in need of charging the batteries, I'm afraid. Yes, I've been going for, well, over 4 hours. And half pint, 3.5 quid, but you're paying for the position. So, is any people in the London? Yeah, it's slowly moving. It's very slowly moving. Costs a small fortune to go on there. It's once you're at the top, you get an outstanding view of London. By the way, there's the there's Big Ben, or I believe it's called Elizabeth Tower, but the bell is Big Ben. Yeah, just so this is a good position for a pint, but I should have had a pint. A half pint wasn't enough. 1:30. Castle, London. Actually, a great place to have a pint on the River Thames, as far as I go, especially on a day like today. And I should have had a pint, but 3.5 quid for a half pint. I didn't want to go and order another round. You can see Bush House there with the clock on it, just about And yeah, Big Ben over there. You can see that. Seeing the more or less shining directly into the sun. Houses of Parliament. Vast numbers of people here, and it's supposed to be off season. I've been to London lots of times before, of course. At my age, I'm going back to the early 1950s. When I used to they put me on a train to Euston Station, and then an aunt and an uncle would pick me up at Euston Station, and there was a direct bus service to where my grandparents lived, in the middle of Surrey. But I think, yes, I'm on Westminster Bridge, and there's a nice pedestrian with vast crowds. It's needed a pedestrian area, quite a wide pedestrian area, but it's not sufficient for the vast numbers of, well, 95% of them are tourists. Except I imagine when the office workers come out, then it'll be even more crowded. A little bit better after that half pint, a little bit slightly rejuvenated, because it's quite a long walk back to, well, I was thinking of going back to London Bridge Station. It's London Bridge, not Westminster Bridge, Lions. Okay.
I was actually written that book, didn't I?
He just got home and he was waiting for me. And I never told you, but when it was late July, I was sat outside, and that's when I saw him fly to the neighbor's tree. And I know you don't believe, world looks different now before. Everything hurts a little more and a little less.
Okay, it's been an energetic day for the likes of me. I think that's Blackfriars Bridge. There's a railway that goes over it, and of course there's the St Paul's Cathedral there. I believe there's a viewing platform right to the very top. I don't know. I can't see it by naked eye, but you might be able to see it on the telescopic camera. That's what the bridge looked like in Victoria in the good old days. Blackfriars Bridge. That's Blackfriars Bridge. The railway station ticket office is just up there. But actually, the London Bridge. I want to see if I can have a look at a old sailing ship, the Golden Hind. I think Sir Francis Drake, back in, well, was it the 1500s? They sailed around the world. He wasn't the first guy to do it, but one of the first. The Tate Modern. The Tate Modern. Great art from around the world. Modern. And here's the entrance to Shakespeare's Globe. There's some controversy about whether Shakespeare actually existed as a playwright, a great playwright, the greatest in the English language by all chords, and if you want to come here to see a performance of Macbeth on the 13th of March, you can do so, and you'll be able to see the play as it was performed in Shakespeare's time, well over 400 years ago. It's quite a sizable building. This is a replica, of course. The original Globe Theatre was pulled down a long time ago. Looks like a guided tour just coming out. Yeah, alright, so I think I'm trespassing here, so I better make good with an escape. The Thames is a tidal river, and if you look at the current, it's flowing inland at the moment at a good 5 miles an hour, I would say. So it was a favourite spot in the Victorian times to, if you'd had enough of life, to fling yourself from one of the London bridges into the Thames, and they generally did the job. You didn't come up again. Time for a break. I'm at the Pret. It's sitting outdoors. That looks like a good sized cup of coffee, which is what I need after about 7 hours of walking. That's the Anchor. That's an interest in the Anchor, interest in a pub. I think it's an old pub. Okay, so continue. I'm feeling rejuvenated now after that coffee and sandwich. We'll look inside a clink. Then I got old age pensioners pay £6 down there. Action going on all the time here. Look at the size of that crane. And the Golden Hinde is just ahead. Land ahoy. Look at the size of those masks. Okay, I finally broke down and paid an admission fee. But look at the size of those masks. That was a long time ago. Sir Francis Drake. I haven't got time to read up much about this before, so I'll just have to put some subtitles in. But this is what they had back in all those years ago. I think somewhere around the 1500s, a long time ago. And yeah, look at that. Okay, now I would have been no good on okay, mind your head. Okay, apparently in well, this boat is a replica, but sailed around the world in 1979. But the original, I think, started in 1578, and I think it came back. It took 2 or 3 years to go around the world. Yeah, the good old days. So this is a replica, of course. You had to climb up the mast and look out for land up there. Quite impressive, really, the ships back in those days. Of course, there's noisy construction work going on. Lots of rebuilding work in London. So this is kind of really kind of in an awkward location here. St. George flag there, flying for I think it was Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth. Francis Drake, who was knighted for bringing home the spoils from Spanish treasure gallons. Yeah. Let's see if there's sufficient light in here for the gun deck, where all the cannons, good-sized cannons, yeah. So one yeah, firing at the Spanish treasure galleons. Yeah, you know, obviously he was an expert sailor. Now, let's see, because it was an advantage to be short in those days, only about 4 foot head right. It's a struggle for the likes of me. It must have been pretty rough for the sailors. There's another deck below. Should I go down there? Let's see what's down here. More headroom down here. There's some information on Sir Francis Drake. There was 5 ships that set out to sail around the world, and actually, of course, to raid all, establish new dominions for the British Empire in the Pacific. Now, no problem. There's more. I presume this was. Not sure what this served. Maybe it was the main crew deck. Yeah. So this is muy interesante. There's your casket. I don't know if there's enough light here to for this camera. Yeah, don't quite know what I'm looking at, but there are some instructions that came with this. £6 was the quite reasonable. All right, so I'll go up now. Well, 2 flights of stairs to get to the main deck. So here's the first flight of steps, and then there's the second flight up to the main deck, I think. This is the gun deck. Yeah. And what's the main gun deck, but they've got more cannon up here, ready to fire against the. Well, of course, Sir Francis Drake was actually a pirate. He raided places, and for that, and then turned his treasure over to Queen Elizabeth, and for that he was given a knighthood. Okay, this is very interesting. There's the ladders. You climb up those. Not the ladders, the rope ladders. You climb up there to the lookout. Okay, very interesting. Very few visitors, funnily enough. Picture of the old and the new. Southwark Cathedral, I think it's pronounced that, Southwark Cathedral. And behind it is the Shard. Here you have a huge construction site. Yeah. Looks like a nice place to have a coffee. Okay, so shall I go inside? Let's see if it's. and it's free, but they request a £10 donation. So I'll give them a fiver on the way out. Because as I say, it's a secular country now. 1588. Okay, so fantastic in here. There it is. It's a cathedral, and I suppose. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I came in here. I'm heading for London Bridge Railway. There's the underground station. I'm heading for the railway station, but I think all the office workers will be, the commuters will be almost upon us here, I think, so that's how it goes. London Bridge station just there. Huge station. Look at it. Yeah, thousands here. Okay, platform 14. Where is it? Platforms 4 and 5.
Yeah, I'm just
8 and 9. Where's platform 14? No idea. This is the Southern Railway train I just came on. Railway station is just up there, and it's kind of almost like living in a foreign country here. There's an open air vegetables. I think this is better than a supermarket, I think. Peckham. It's where the modern day Londoners live. Peckham Library. Peckham Leisure Centre. Now I'm kind of on the, I think I'm a bit lost here. I lost my sense of direction.